Some places are forgotten by maps, forgotten by history, forgotten by time itself, yet somehow they are never forgotten by God, deep within a frozen wilderness where the wind carves scars into stone. There stands a sanctuary no one was meant to find, no roads lead to it, no signs point the way. And yet, for decades, prayers have never stopped rising from inside. But how? Who keeps the candles burning? In a place the world has abandoned, the journey begins in silence. Snow falls in slow spirals, layer upon layer like memories burying the past. Each step presses into untouched white. Crunch, crunch. The air is sharp so cold it stings the lungs. Wind whispers through skeletal trees, their branches frozen in silent prayer. Far ahead, barely visible through drifting snow, a shape emerges, stone, weathered, ancient, a church not ruined, not collapsed, but standing, waiting. Its wooden doors hang slightly open, creaking as the wind nudges them inward, then back again, inside. Darkness holds its breath, and then a flicker, a single candle, still burning, not melted into nothing, not forgotten, burning, as if someone had lit it just moments ago. Who comes here? Who keeps this flame alive? Long before the snow swallowed this valley, this sanctuary was alive with voices, simple voices, faithful voices, monks, pilgrims, families seeking refuge from a restless world. They believed isolation was not loneliness, but closeness to God. They built these walls stone by stone, carried timber across frozen rivers, worked through hunger, through sickness, through brutal winters that tested every breath. And when supplies ran low, when hope flickered like a dying flame, they turned to prayer, not loud, not dramatic, just steady, unshaken, because they believed words spoken here echoed into eternity, and carved into the sanctuary wall still visible beneath frost are words that carried them through their darkest nights. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 46:1. Those words were not decoration. They were survival. Then came the winter, no one expected. Storms that swallowed entire villages, snow that buried doorways overnight, wind that howled like mourning voices across the valley. Records faded, stories ended, one by one, people left. Some searching for warmer lands, some seeking safer ground, and eventually no one remained. Or so the world believed. Years passed, decades, the valley vanished from memory. Maps regrew themselves, civilization moved on. Yet inside this forgotten sanctuary, candles continued to burn. Fresh wax dripped down their sides, soft footprints appeared, then vanished. Benches untouched by dust. Prayer books opened to marked pages. It defied reason, defied time, defied explanation, but perhaps not faith? Step deeper inside, and the air changes, still cold, yet somehow gentle. Candles flicker along stone walls, casting long golden shadows that dance like silent witnesses. At the altar, kneeling marks press into worn wood. Recent marks? Someone has been here recently, or someone never left. And in the silence, a whisper rises not from voices, but from memory, the sound of prayer, lingering in the stones themselves, because prayer leaves traces, invisible but eternal. Just as Scripture once promised, the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. James 5:16. Some believe a single guardian remained behind, a servant of faith who refused to abandon the sacred ground. Others believe something greater sustains it, something unseen. Even here, in silence and ice, faith whispers louder than the storm, and somehow, the flame never dies. Outside, snow continues to fall. The world rushes forward, cities rise, technologies evolve, nations change. But inside this sanctuary, time kneels. Candles burn with steady patience, their light soft, unwavering, like faith itself, because faith was never meant to depend on comfort or crowds or recognition. It was meant to endure quietly, faithfully, unseen. And perhaps that is the true miracle of this place, not the untouched walls, not the burning candles, but the devotion that refused to fade. A reminder written not into stone, but into eternity, Jesus Christ the same yesterday and today and forever. Hebrews 13:8, somewhere in the frozen silence of the world, a sanctuary still stands, unnoticed, uncelebrated, unmoved, not by storms, not by years, not by time, because faith, when rooted deeply enough, outlives every winter. And maybe, just maybe, there are places even now, hidden beyond roads and memory, where prayers still rise, without interruption, without applause, without end. So the question remains, not whether the sanctuary survives, but whether faith in our own lives burns with the same quiet endurance, like a candle in the cold.